let's be real on a couple things. President Trump could have the cure for cancer, and the Democrats would still be upset. Democrats are personality-based, not policy-based. They never talk about the policies. It's only the person. Look no further than their latest liberal lunacy. A year ago, the left loved the electric vehicle. Remember? We're going to get rid of all ICE engines. You gotta have an electric vehicle, right? Now what are they doing? They're vandalizing the electric vehicle. Now, what I find is very interesting, though, is some of these very same cars are owned and driven by the Democrats, people in their own party. I mean, that is Democrat on Democrat crime if I've ever seen it. Now, this shows their playbook and, unfortunately, their values. Attack the person, not the policy. Which brings me to this. Before Democrats begin their next fear-mongering campaign, let me set the record straight. Last week, President Trump signed an executive order to improve our country's education. Republicans want the best outcomes for students, and so does President Trump. The president simply asked the secretary to work with Congress to come up with a plan to put students first, not the bloated bureaucracy, teachers' unions, or Randy Weingarten. Like the rest of the federal government, the U.S. Department of Education needs to be run efficiently and effectively. We should focus the dollars on the students, not the administrators. I mean, despite billions of dollars being spent year after year, and every year we spend more, what happens to our outcomes? The test scores have not improved. They've gone the opposite direction. The Department of Education has received more funding every year despite lower outcomes. The American people are paying more and getting less. We can't keep dumping more money into a broken system. Our goal is to make the education system better and better for students. Democrats are telling more lies. Their lies about Medicaid have already been debunked, and these education talking points should be debunked too. Now, shifting gears to what else happened during recess. I don't know if you noticed, but Democrats had held a Medicaid day of action, right? All got together, big day of action. But unfortunately, they missed the real day of action when they voted to shut the government down. They voted against Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security recipients. They voted against paying our service members, and they voted against funding WIC. They also voted against the American people. This led to a complete meltdown by the Democratic Party. And when asked repeatedly whether he has confidence in Senator Schumer, House Minority Leader, took days to decide. Others have publicly ridiculed Senator Schumer. Listen to some of their own comments. Quote, Schumer is supposed to be the leader of the opposition, not a rank and file member of the GOP. Another one, and I quote, I think it's a huge slap in the face, and I think there's a wide sense of betrayal. And some even called for Senator Schumer's resignation. Again, Democrats don't have a clear leader, and recent polls prove this. When asked who best reflects the core values of the Democratic Party, there was no clear answer. 10% said AOC. She got the highest number of votes. 9% said Kamala Harris, 8% said Bernie Sanders, and Rep. Crockett, a chosen Your Fighter participant, tied former President Obama with 4%. During recess, I expected to see Schumer and Jeffries proving to the country that they are the leaders of the party. But do you know who filled the void for them? Governor Walz, Rep. AOC, and Senator Bernie Sanders. It seems that the extreme socialists are the leaders of the Democratic Party. And look and they took their message nationwide. Socialists are defining the Democrats' identity amidst the leadership void. I bet this leads to more Democratic infighting, fear-mongering, of course, and advocacy for even more an extreme agenda. The Democrats will do this while their party's favorability rating is at an all-time low. Gee, I wonder why. Meanwhile, Republicans are united behind President Trump and the American people's agenda. And I'll say that again. We are united around President Trump and the American people's agenda. Americans are optimistic. Americans believe the country is headed in the right direction. Republicans are getting the country back on track. This is thanks to President Trump and Republicans' efforts to restore common sense. And it's not a coincidence that President Trump's approval rating is reaching all-time highs. And approval of House representatives is moving upwards as well. House Republicans are securing the border, we are protecting women, and we are passing legislation to lower costs for American families. We kept the government open, and our day of action was voting to protect Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security recipients. And House Republicans passed our House budget resolution, and the Senate should pass it too. And I'll share with you, we are just getting started, so buckle up. And because we have a long way to go and a lot more wins on the horizon.